Hi, I'm Sophie, and welcome to my world. Today, I've got a really fun and easy craft for you. It is a candy topiary. These are really great for centerpieces or just decoration around the room, especially if you're doing a candy-themed party. So, I'm going to show you how to make one right now. So for this project, you're going to need an assortment of candies. I find that gummy candies like Spice Drops and gummy rings, Sour Patches, even gummy bears and gummy worms, even marshmallows, those work the best. You're also going to need some pins. Now be very careful if you're using pins with younger children because, of course they do have a sharp point. The pins that I like to use have a little ball on the end. These are like a sewing pin. And so I like to use those because these are going to be able to lock your candies in really nicely. You're also going to need a little tiny flower pot, but you don't have to use a flower pot if you can't find these. You could use a little Dixie cup or something like that. You're going to want some Play-Doh. And if you check out our website, Sophie-World.com, you can find the best Play-Doh recipe ever. You're also going to need a dowel or a stick. And this one is just one that I was able to get at a hardware store, and these are made for plants. It's a plant stake, and I've cut mine to 5 inches here. Now, if you can't find dowels, you can always use a pencil. Cover it with duct tape. Now, you will need a ball of some sort. Styrofoam ball, I find, is the best to use. And I'm going to be using my small styrofoam ball here. This is a 1 inch. This is a 3 inch. If you use a 3 inch, it's going to be a much larger topiary tree, but I'm going to use my little 1 inch right here. So, to begin, I'm going to take, got a pair of handy dandy scissors here too. I'm going to be taking some Play-Doh and I'm just going to stick it into my flower pot. And this is really important because this is going to be what holds my stick in place. There we go. Now, if you've got it, if you can get your hands on that Crayola air dry clay, that's really fantastic because it's going to dry hard and in place. Eventually, your Play-Doh is going to dry too, but it likes to crack when it dries. So that air dry clay is really fantastic. Okay, I'm going to just take my stick and I'm just going to stick it right into the Play-Doh, just like that. And now I'm going to take my little styrofoam ball and I'm just going to stick it right on top, just like that. Now here's where the fun can begin. I'm going to take my little pin and I'm going to add my first piece of candy. Now what I'm going to do is I take my pin and I stick it through the top here. Now this is where you have to be careful, and this is why you want to be careful with little children. That point is pointy, so I'm going to stick it all the way through, and now all I'm going to do is just add it by pushing it in to my styrofoam ball, just like that. Now I love these big jelly rings, and when I use these big jelly rings, what I like to do is I like to take one of these Spice Drops. Again, watch your fingers when you're doing this. Purple's my favorite because it tastes like licorice. Okay, I'm going to put it through there, and then I use this to hold my gummy ring in place, like that. Now if you want to, you can add a little extra security on the sides here. See how much fun this is, though? I mean, really, anybody who can make sure that they're safe with that pointy edge can have fun with this. I would say kids anywhere from the age of 6 up. Now I'm going to add a Sour Patch Kid because those are fun. And again, if you find that an end is sticking up, just add an extra pin. So the object here is to cover the entire tree with candy. And what's really fun is to use like a gummy worm because these are long and skinny. One time I was doing this with a bunch of kids, and the little girl used the gummy worms and made them into hair and then used the jelly rings to make big eyes, and she made this little cute person's face. It was adorable. So anyway, you can see how much fun you can have covering your ball here with candy, and you can get a most amazing topiary tree going on. Now, as you can see, these would make great centerpieces for your next candy-themed party or anytime you want something colorful and sweet. You know what would be really great? Use little teeny tiny ones and write people's names on the pots, and then you could place those at each person's seat. And they could be not only like their seating card, but they could also be a sweet little goodie that they could take home and remember your party from. Well, For more sweet treats and more sweet ideas, come and check us out at sophie-world.com.